Technical difficulties. Or the FBI, depending on who you ask. I mean, so, yeah. Just being a member of a marginalized community, actually, I won't lie, in my experience, makes you some of the worst people for working with other marginalized communities. Because you cannot decenter yourself. You are too busy doing the who suffered the most. Guess what? Yeah. like that's established. That's fact. That's history. Move on. We know we got that one. That's the one trophy we beat you in. Move on. Okay, stop. But yeah, no, like, there's nothing more frustrating than, as a member of the LGBTQ community, than watching other members of the community erase portions internally, but weaponize the privilege they have over another marginalized community, typically heterosexual, cis black men. I'm just gonna say black, straight black men from now on. Assume that I mean cis when I say that, so I don't have to keep doing the full language. And they do it all the time. On Twitter, we jokingly refer to it as, actually we don't, it's not even a joke when we use it, anti-blackness. It is the ability to be a person of color and somehow think that that makes you immune to being anti-black, which is not the case. As a matter of fact, if I look at the numbers, when people don't identify me easily as gay, oh man, the way they react differently to me. But the moment they find out I'm gay, suddenly clutching purses ain't necessary. Just because who I sleep with means that I couldn't potentially grab a purse and run. Now, if you know about my weight and my heart, okay, running's not, you get the point.
I was never gonna do that.
Yeah. Like, let's be clear. The gay thing had nothing to do with why I'm not going to snatch your purse. One, it is something about my character. Two, I ain't running. I don't run to cross the street. I have a heart condition. I walk patiently. Yeah, everywhere. Speaking of running, the last time I ran, I blacked out on a bus. No running here. Not going to happen. I know that apparently I'm big and scary. Of course, that's probably because you have preconceived notions about what it means to be a 6 foot, 300 pound black dude that aren't really based on knowing any of them. But, I mean, as you all would probably say, it happens. You don't mean anything by it. You know, like when a young white male asks a young black woman to prom with a sign about if he was black, how he'd be picking cotton. But instead, I'm picking you. Look at my face. Oh, yeah, it's in my feet. This has been my Facebook feed, by the way, which can be found at Asynaka Willis on Facebook. It's open these days. I'm public with it. All day long, I have been reposting videos that should be pissing people off a lot more than anything I've said. And if you're wondering why if you're part of the people who've been watching that feed and seeing that, that's why that feed's there. Because apparently what I'm saying is pissing you off more than the police tasering a pregnant black woman in jail. Let's see if Matthew is made.
Yeah, I think I got it. Give me a second to find it.
Okay, so yeah, Matthew will throw that up in just a sec.
Yeah.
We don't have the screen, by the way. So I need someone to explain to me. Oh, raising their children? We need reports about what's going wrong in the white families, apparently. Where are their fathers? Where are their mothers? That's right. Because that. Oh, yeah. Clearly.
There's something wrong with their culture.
I mean, and once again, if that doesn't piss you off more. Now, keep in mind, when you ask somebody to prom, you want them to say yes. So at what point do you think that that's the way to get a yes? Just like the candidates
whole village to make
yeah. First of all, I don't believe he made that sign by himself and nobody in his house was aware of it. Who didn't go, hey, Chad, maybe this is a bad idea.
It took a whole. I don't know what the person taking the picture was thinking. It's all of this. Are we still
Yeah, it's saving as like a WebP folder. Give me a second to get it.
Yeah, you guys can't see the picture, but it's worth the wait. The impact is real with this one.
And it says he also faces potential discipline from
But, only potential. Well, you know he's probably a good kid. He has a bright future that needs to be protected.
No, forget it. This isn't an individual problem. This is like
Oh, yeah.
It should trigger like board-level conversations about what are you teaching these white boys? It should trigger like I don't even like. I'm decriminalized. We need to start changing curriculums, like because this is what we're producing.
Yeah, and we're okay with producing it. We're making it viral in a positive way originally.
No, this is a teachable moment.
Oh.
No, ISS and detention. That's not what I want. I want like. I want them to hire me for a day. I want the Starbucks treatment.
Oh, that's not even the word. That actually, that's
There's more than one?
yeah, that's not even the same one. Like,
It's a meme. And she said yes.
yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a.
Oh, she actually said yes. Yes.
No, there's another.
That's a different one.
There's a different one.
That one, Matthew. It's the Go close it. If you close it back up, that one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, no, that should trigger board level conversations about what are we doing and how are we normalize this, and like and trigger like what's going on, and like this is a systemic failure.
Oh, I mean,
This is systemic, like the
but Army,
casual.
you know,
Degradation, and that degradation like is the reason like we're in a situation like this means that we do not teach the truth about race in America.
but Army, you know there hasn't been a report to establish that. So clearly we're gonna have to wait 15 years for that report to come out.
I don't know. Like, it might not be a problem. I'm a data person.
It's not consistent. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's either.
Okay, so I've been giving Army looks every time he does this to try to figure out the direction.
It's confusing.
Yeah, okay. I won't give him any more looks. My bad. I did not respect the challenge.
But like, that's a board level kind of like that says like, all right, so you're not getting suspended or anything. We're changing curriculum. Like we.
Yeah.
What church you go to? Are you a Boy Scout? Like, all of these things. We need an audit of all of the institutions you've been a part of. We need an audit.
But he's
just go to your home.
But he's just a kid. Boys will be boys. What are the other ones I love to hear? He's such a nice boy. He didn't mean any by it. It's just a joke. You're being too sensitive.
No, that's more dangerous than like Marky Mark beating up black kids when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is like.
Oh yeah.
This is a bad systemic failure. This is huge and like.
And this isn't
a hugely teachable moment that needs to be investigated.
And he's still probably gonna be a police officer.
No! He beat me to it because that young man will grow up to be someone that I'm expected to believe is here to protect and serve me when he can't even pay attention to the fact that this may have been, I don't know, a bad idea. I mean,
like he just doesn't know that triggers such a profound ignorance that.
And let's not pretend.
Like I don't think he knows. Like I don't think.
Okay,
he
let me
sanitize history so much. He doesn't know what that means. Give me a picture of a 3-year-old picking cotton, Matthew. He's got. You can keep talking.
Let's talk about that because look, I'm trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt that y'all actually don't realize half of the shit y'all say, such as meeting me 10 minutes ago and making a sharecropping joke about a program that in fact 75% of the recipients are successful homeowners and black. Come on. Like, where do you meet me and go, that's an appropriate joke to start out with? Why you call yourself a progressive, by the way? You're not this was not someone on the right. This was someone who calls themselves.
Why are you attacking a program that helps black people?
Because it doesn't help the right black people. Those black people talk too much. Like one of them that lives there just says all kinds of things recklessly out her mouth. Who happened to be the other person that was in the conversation with me. We weren't the right kind of Negro. Let's just be clear. We were not the right kind. We asked too many damn questions. We want actual answers, not this fluff. And yes, it is fluff. If I sat through one more moment of a mayoral forum, because I refuse to call it a debate, and saw one more fluff answer, things that have also happened this week. I can't use the word poor anymore because apparently y'all don't actually understand what poor is. Because in Athens, Georgia, when you talk about poor people and how to help them, you bring up electric car credits.
Electric car credits.
Electric car credits. When's the last goddamn time you saw a poor person in a hybrid? Now, admittedly, I had a hybrid very briefly. I had a hybrid.
Back.
No. I didn't take it back. It was repossessed. You know why? Because one thing went out on it. It was $5,000 to fix it. And that was just the part. The labor was another $5,000, but they were going to give me the labor. Like, I was like, oh, let me help the oh, hold on. This comes with all kind of price tags.
$60.
Okay. Yeah. Put it. Oh, we haven't sent it over. So put one. The kid here. No,
Yeah. So yeah. No. I mean, let's be honest. Y'all don't even understand poor. So I'm not even allowed to use. I'm not even using that word anymore. My aunt used to say something very jokingly. Now, actually, not. She wasn't joking. She was damn serious when she said it to me. She used to tell me that she was poor and that I was po. And there's a difference. And she wasn't exactly lying. I didn't understand it at the time because I looked at her very high-paying six-figure job and went, how are you poor? You live in a $500,000 house you custom built. How are you poor? She's like, yeah, but I can afford to keep it up and so forth and so on. She's like, but what happens when I get older and I can't take these steps anymore? She's like, I suddenly need a new house and all my investment in this one I can sell, but it's not the same. It's not going to go to anyone. It's going to go to my cats. I mean, literally, I wasn't even in the will at that point. It was going to go to the cats. Like the Humane Society was going to get a nice donation, justifiably at the time. I was not someone you would hand a high amount of money to at that point in time, not because I didn't know what to do with it, but because of what I would do with it. So, I've gotten better now. So hopefully, if you're watching, you've written me back in the wheel at this stage. But no, I mean, the difference between shameless self-promotion. Thank you, Tyler. I don't actually care. Actually, no, let me be very clear. I hate the idea of inheriting money from a dead person. But that's just mostly because I grew up in a family that will tell you that you wanted them dead so you could get the money. Yeah, exactly. So, we won't even go there. But let's talk about poor. Like, people are like, I want to help poor people by giving them credits for buying new hot water heaters for their homes. Let me tell you what poor people do. They buy new hot water heaters for their homes if they own their homes when the hot water heater explodes and doesn't burn the home to the ground. They're not buying a new hot water heater because of that tax credit. They're buying a new hot water heater because it went out. And they probably had to go to several of their friends to get the money to buy the new hot water heater.
Yeah, tax credits, they only come once a year.
Yeah.
You need money like when you need it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but I've never seen a hot water heater that was convenient enough to wait until tax season to go out. I'm just saying. Now, I will admit, tax season does seem to draw out the worst in any vehicle I purchase. Like I buy a car and guaranteed tax season, something breaks. And guess what? That doesn't go into the bank, doesn't go into the savings, goes into the car.
Man, I had had a dream with this refund.
Yes.
Every year.
My dream is that more than 14 days later, there's $100 of it at least still in my savings account. This dream has not happened. It is not what happens. So yeah, like in this idea that social markers, mines keep me safe because I'm gay. So clearly I'm not a threat. I'm not a danger. It's not how that works. One of the things that I firmly was taught was about intersectionality and feminism and the idea that I can't be one thing without being the other. We don't let that happen with black men. We don't let them be multiple things. And that has taken some interesting... I've learned some things from that. Where I do have a seat at the table. I don't have a seat at the table of feminism. I do have a seat at the table of what's masculinity. And that's where, as a gay man, I need to help my straight cis brothers get rid of the toxicity that has been built up and they've been told defines masculinity. That's where I need to be doing the work.
I will say the black men I know aren't nearly as bad as the white men I know.
I'm just like, we're not even.
So
Okay.
like, but I don't under I think black men.
Yeah,
I don't know a black man who makes more than his lady. Okay, that's not true. I know like one or two, but I don't like. So it's a fundamentally different dynamic that I think overwhelms.
And that's one of the big things I think
dynamic,
people
yeah.
don't look at is how dynamics are drastically different from community to community. The idea that this one-size-fits-all solution is going to fit every community, like all their problems are the same, equal. No. I am.
White people lie.
I don't think they lie, Andrea. Their definition of nothing is clearly different than the rest of ours because they think poor people drive hybrids. I mean, let's just be clear. They think poor people drive hybrids. So, that's that. I don't need allies as a member of a marginalized community. I need real friends. I need friends who are weaponizing the privilege they have against their peers who are weaponizing their privilege against me. So keep your allies. Yeah. I do not need allies who are not weaponizing their privilege against their peers who are in fact weaponizing their privilege against me. Because you ain't doing me no favors. And stop acting like you are. Oh my God, the affront by that. So that's really it. I do want to bring up one more thing. This is all on a good note. So we about to lose somebody for a whole summer. This is his last show before he goes. So come. Yeah.
You guys don't know this is Matt.
See, he's here again. Every time I do a show, I'm gonna make sure I get to point out that Matthew is here. So y'all stop giving me. Yeah, like very different people. Like Matthew has a philosophy club. I have a role-playing game. like we very, very, very different.
Matthew was nominated for an award.
What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
See, Matthew doesn't tell us anything.
No, people don't understand. Matthew is smarter than I am. People say, "Oh, you're the fun cat." No, I hired Matthew because he was the best student in one of my classes, and so I was like, "Hey, do you want to work? Because you're the best student in my class." No, Matthew was nominated for an undergrad philosophy essay writing award. Do you remember the name?
Yeah, it's the Horace P. Grant award. Yeah.
Horace P. Grant.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, award for best paper this year in undergrad philosophy. So that's no,
Congratulate Matt.
I'm on you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So
Matthew is your next mayor or governor. He's your next.
I would vote for Matthew.
Yeah, no.
Like, let's just be.
He's smart like Stacey Abrams. He's smart like
plan?
Stacey
Oh,
Abrams
okay.
smart. And if he doesn't watch out, he might end up $200,000 in debt like Stacey Abrams. $200,000 in debt. But like Matthew's like smart. That's all.
I've got ideas.
He's got.
Oh, God, well, we know.
No.
I know you just keep hiding them from the rest of us. Like you keep them to yourself so much. Like I said, the fact that I didn't learn till your episode that you had a philosophy club. Yes.
Well,
yes.
I don't own it. I'm just.
Yeah, he was the best student in my class.
Let's talk
So,
about
like, I was
it.
like,
I think
I
the
want
chat
you to
understands exactly what I mean when I say Matthew has. Because he clearly has the chat. I'm not even looking at y'all, but I know how y'all are. Notice I had to not do the show. But I want to thank Matthew. He has been awesome. I got to meet Matthew because of this. And I get to hang out with Matthew occasionally. We work together on some other projects. Matthew is brilliant. He's really bad at being an undergrad. This man never takes food.
We don't have to talk about that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's it. That's what I got to say. I want to thank you guys. Let me give a shout out. I forgot to do this earlier to Naughty by Nature. Monica, thank you for doing all the work it took to do this at a very reasonable price. I don't even walk out of there crying from like it's tight. Don't get me wrong. Like you will sleep hard. That first night, Monica, you did your thing.
I'm tender-headed.
Now you know there are some people you're gonna have to explain that term to.
I'm a little tender-headed.
Yeah. No, you can't be. Don't sit. I love Monica. Don't sit in Monica's chair if you tender-headed. Don't sit down. But no. That's why I kept my hair short all my life. Because I was like, I'm not. See, that's why. That's why I waited till I was nearly 40 to start growing my hair. It's because my mama did not understand. Like, she put her legs just around you and hold you in place so she could comb your hair. So that means I needed a haircut when that had to happen. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Irony will be back next week. If you like what we're doing here, hop over to Funky Academic, toss a little something towards making this happen, because bills have to be paid. So that's it. That's all I got to say.